Lens seems different. First and foremost, thank you so much for being here today on Tuesday, August 4th, to join us during this special keynote announcement that we're going to make. Um, Advanced Design was founded with the idea of making education accessible to all 4 years ago. We started by offering sketching workshops in the summer so that students can elevate their communication skills. We built community through our relationships and events we hosted locally. We took these ideas and we implemented them in new ways to connect and learn through our conferences, Square One. With context, we interviewed designers around the country to disclose their journeys through navigating the design profession in all stages. We encourage making by offering bi-weekly challenges through Ready Set Proto. We build support to our designers through our Holistic Wellness Initiative, created to bring awareness to issues of mental health in the creative industry and safe spaces to discuss these issues. We're currently building a foundation of design education through our outreach initiative by exposing grade and high school students to industrial design through hands-on workshops. And most recently, our webinar series Lens, a platform that addresses the gap between traditional academia and industry. We'd like to thank you for your continued support, and we're excited to announce our most ambitious undertaking yet by our team, and it's called Offsite. Offsite is the next logical step in our evolution, tapping into a vast network of design professionals to share our real world knowledge with the next generation of creatives. Hold on to your seats because design education is about to get a whole lot more exciting. So, what I like to do now is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share a little bit about Offsite. Design education costs a lot of money. Yeah, we know it sucks. We've noticed that there's a lot of drawbacks. We've been listening, we've been studying what's happening, and we've been very calculating our response to it. Our response is Offsite. It's the reason why Offsite exists. Offsite is a 12-week online pilot program catered towards furthering design education outside of the traditional academic space. Offsite was developed to translate the needs of the industry into course content taught by design industry leaders. We want to give you the right skill set to thrive on the job and the mentorship to support you along the way. So, who's Offsite for? Offsite is a good fit if you're looking to boost your knowledge and body of work, if you're a student or recent grad looking to expand on your existing skill set. Offsite is a good fit for you if you have time and focus to dedicate to your continuing education, or if you're eager to refresh your portfolio and identify as a product designer. I'm sorry, and an identity as a product designer. We want to offer you this course content that can be accessible to all at a very affordable price. Due to our remote learning situation, we've cut out all fees bound to location-based learning. So everyone knows that going to a traditional, university is extremely expensive because of all the overhead. This allows you to live in your day-to-day without breaking the bank while still accessing quality design education. So how much does Offsite really cost? Offsite is a $2,000 for the full 12-week program. A single course credit at a university has an average cost of $594, meaning that a 4-hour studio course sets you back around the same amount. So what does Offsite include? Offsite costs include a certificate of completion, a network of professional mentors. So you'll have access to an exclusive mentorship program that otherwise would be extremely difficult to access on your own or build on your own. You have access to 6 studio courses. This is a 12-week program, over 70 plus hours of design material. And of course, this will all be taking place on our Slack channel. And this is not $2,000 for each class. This is $2,000 total for this package. I'd like to introduce you to some of our instructors. who are going to be leading these courses. Our first instructor unfortunately couldn't be here, Spencer Nugent, but he did leave us a little gold nugget behind.
Hello, everyone. Just want to say thank you for this special opportunity to say hello to you. And thank you to the Advanced Design crew for including me on this new adventure. Offsite, to me, when Hector mentioned it, came up with the idea, seemed like the best thing ever. For me, this is an opportunity to share another part of me as a designer. I'll be teaching the design discourse class. We're going to tackle tough topics. We're going to talk about hard things, and we'll talk about forming your own opinion and how to debate and discuss design. So not my usual sketch thing, but that's okay. I do a lot of things. And once again, I'm just grateful for this opportunity. I hope that you realize the value of this vision and this proposition, and that change is really the only constant in life. And I'm excited to be a part of this change, and I'm excited to be a part of this opportunity as well. So, way to go, Advanced Design. I'm on board. Sorry I couldn't be there in person to share my thoughts with you, but I hope this suffices. And I'm really, really, really excited to teach, discuss, and share a little bit of what I've picked up over the years as a professional designer. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Well, thank you so much, Spencer. Our next course is called Product Visualization and Design. It's going to be taught by Tyler Anderson. What I want to do now is I want to give Tyler the floor so that he can talk about himself and a little bit about what he'll be teaching in his course.
Thanks, Hector. So my name is Tyler Anderson. I'm an industrial designer based out of Salt Lake City. I'm one of the founders of the platform Render Weekly and currently work at Enlisted Design. I taught courses when I was in school. We push educational initiatives through Render Weekly. And so when Hector, started talking about this idea with me, I was just like, dude, this is it. I'm so stoked that you're doing this, and like, how can I be a part of it? And overall, just really excited to be on this team. I think we've got some fantastic content coming towards you guys. So the course that I'm going to be teaching is going to be focused on how to use CAD and rendering in a studio setting to efficiently communicate your ideas and your designs. I think, when I was in school, I learned, rendering is this like end of process stage and CAD, but realistically in the design world today, it's a tool that you use through the whole process. And we're going to be talking about how to jump back and forth between different stages of the design process, where and how refined you need to be looking at your CAD, looking at your renderings, and kind of a workshop on what you need to compete at a studio level through your software. So, like I said, really stoked to be in this. Really stoked to meet you guys. Can't wait.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Really appreciate it. The next course that that Offsite will offer is Design for Manufacturing, which is a course that's going to be taught by Dominic Montante. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the floor, and he can introduce himself. There you go.
All right, there we go. So my name is Dominic Montante, and I am an industrial designer based out of Toronto, Canada, but originally from the US. And my course is focused on design for manufacturing. So I think for me, the biggest step that I made when I exited school was on the job, you learn a ton in your first year about manufacturing and the constraints that basically gives your design. And a lot of times your design doesn't matter unless it's manufacturable. So there's a lot of different concepts out there in the world that may look really cool, but at the end of the day are just not producible, whether it's from an actual manufacturing standpoint or from a costing standpoint. So my course is going to be sort of an introduction into those kind of key components that students learn mostly on the job and not so much in school. If you have a manufacturing program at your school, that's great, but a lot of schools don't necessarily have that. We'll be covering basically everything you need to know to get started in like making your concept manufacturable from the start, like the first sketch that you ever make, all the way down to the finished product. So it's going to be something that the course will be focusing on teaching students basically throughout the entire process. So how do you make your concepts manufacturable? How do you make your final design manufacturable? How's your CAD going to be manufacturable? and sort of give you a competitive edge against students that may have to learn all of this about manufacturing from the get-go when they're at their own job. So we're going to be covering a whole lot of fun stuff like materials and processes. And yeah, so I'm very excited for it because for me, when I was working as an employer and looking at student portfolios, I would say manufacturability was one of the biggest things missing from many student projects. And having an understanding of manufacturing is something that can really impress an employer when looking at portfolio. So very excited to be offering this course. And in terms of my own experience, I would say I haven't had too much of a personal luxury of getting to work with engineers. So a lot of the files I have to prepare have usually been directly for manufacturing. So I've done a lot of work trying to make my own CAD manufacturable and a lot of my concepts manufacturable. So it's a great way to add value to yourself as a designer. So yeah, I'll turn it back to you, Hector.
Thank you so much, Dom. The next course I will be offering is Professional Self-Presentation. It's going to be taught by Kat Reiser. So I'm going to give her the floor.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kat Reiser. I am a practicing professional in industrial design in the Chicagoland area. In my time as a designer, I've worked in design studios. I've been a part of an in-house team, and I've also worked on my own as an independent consultant. So my diverse set of experience has led me to do a lot of presentations and a lot of interviews. So this class is really going to be about selling yourself as a designer. You know, you can be great at a lot of skills, but if you can't talk about those things and present them to others, you know, you start to lose opportunities. So we want to communicate who you are and why you're valuable to potential employers. I think, you know, we've all seen an opportunity for work and cram together a portfolio over a weekend, but this class is going to be more proactive rather than reactive. We're going to take our time, you know, build out the portfolio as well as all the other professional stuff. And hopefully this will reduce the stress of the students overall, you know, get rid of some of that anxiety and just end up with like a really strong portfolio at the end of the course.
All right. Thank you so much, Kat. We really appreciate it. The next course that will be offered by Offsite is Real World Sketching, offered by Kelly Custer. Sketching is how our organization was founded, so we're really excited to continue offering this content so that we can continue to speak and be really good at talking the same language. So, Kelly Custer.
Hey guys. First of all, thanks to the advanced design team. This is incredible what you guys are putting together. I'm so stoked to be a part of it. As Hector mentioned, my name is Kelly Custer. I am the founder and design director of NAC. And since I've left school, I've made the leap from transportation design to product design. I was in a corporate setting, then a consultancy setting, freelanced, and now I run my own design studio. So each of those settings gave me the opportunity to experience, but also I was required to deliver real world sketches, you know, and meet the demands of all those different environments. So the problem I ran into was school didn't prepare me for sketching in those environments. To be honest, they taught me how to make hot sketches, or at least at the time I thought they were hot. And the reality is that's not what the majority of sketching is used for or how it's used in the real world. So I ended up having to teach myself a lot and also learn most of what I know about sketching on the job. So the course I'll be teaching is called Real World Sketching. And I'm going to teach you everything I wish I was taught in school. Everything I use today and I've used in all those different settings, we're going to go through in our course. So I won't be teaching you how to sketch. I'm going to be teaching you how to sketch more productively and how to use your sketches to really empower your design work. So I'm super stoked to be able to bridge the gap between school and industry so that you're not only prepared, but that you're in demand. So that's really my goal is I want to get you guys hired and I wanted to get you guys really thriving on the job. So thanks again to the team for putting this together. It's going to be pretty sweet.
Hector, you were muted, but that's okay.
I was muted. Wow, how embarrassing.
It's okay. I'm trying to turn my video back on. There we go. Well, thanks for that lovely introduction, Hector. I'm so excited to be a part of the squad for this pilot program. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Michael DiTullo. I've been a practicing designer for over 20 years. I spent many years at Nike. I was a creative director at Frog Design. I was chief design officer at a consumer electronics conglomerate before starting my own consulting practice about 3.5 years ago, where we work with Hasbro, Icon, Kulhan, SAIC, a bunch of different companies. One of the reasons I'm so excited to be a part of this program is, some of you probably don't know this, but I was actually told by several professors that I'd never cut it as an industrial designer, that I didn't have what it took. And so obviously I don't think that was the case, and I'm really excited to be a part of a program that's hopefully going to redefine design education. And the class I'm going to be teaching specifically is going to be about how business and design interact. That's a topic that we don't get to learn a lot about in design school, and yet it's so critical, right? I mean, design operates always in a business context, even if you're a consultant or you're working at a firm. And so we'll really be covering kind of what is a business at its core kind of base level. How do businesses measure success? Because they don't measure success based on design awards. So how can we better understand how they measure success? And how do they see the role of the design? And how can we take that knowledge and use it to influence business to bring better solutions to life, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's about moving our ideas through the process and convincing business to essentially invest money in our ideas so that we can bring products and experiences to life for real people. These are really some of the things that I wish somebody had told me when I was a lot younger. And I think understanding these things are often the difference between a good design or a great design. And sometimes you see a great design become less than its potential because maybe the participants didn't understand what they needed to do to get through the system. So I'm really so excited to be passing on what I've learned. And if I can help you to understand some of the things that I found out the hard way, I'll feel like we're kind of moving the needle forward. I just want to say thank you again to Advanced Design for pulling this together. I feel like it's a real kind of dream team of instructors for this pilot run here. So I'm excited. I want to take all of my fellow instructors' courses. So I think this is going to be a great thing.
Thank you so much, Michael. And I'm not muted, so that's good. I do apologize for that. Exciting news is applications actually open today. If you head over to our website, all of this information can be found there in detail. So I highly suggest you, once we end this presentation, you head over to our website and you do your homework. Offsite is not, it's a program that's supposed to be supplemental to your current education. This is not for someone who's graduating high school and wants to go into industrial design and they come to Offsite. Offsite is supposed to be supplemental to your current design education. So you should have some type of knowledge of the design process so that you can succeed and we can help you become employable. We're very excited to share with you all the hard work that we've been doing. Like Michael said, this is a dream team. This is a baby step forward. I think from the beginning and from the founding of Advanced Design, like I mentioned, our goal was always to make it accessible, but also to disrupt it. Disrupt design education and really act as the anti-establishment. Follow us on Instagram, offsite.design. We're going to be posting a lot of updates there. And again, all this information can be found on our website. Applications are now live, and we are going to go through a very rigorous vetting process where the Offsite program, the first cohort, will be open to only 50 applicants. So make sure that you read through the enrollment criteria to see if you qualify. It is $2,000, like I mentioned, and we do offer a plethora of things that you'll get in return for your investment. And we will be offering scholarships for those who are not able to meet that financial criteria to be part of this program. So a lot of that information will come at a much later time. Thank you so much for being a part of this enormous announcement. It's been something that Advanced Design has been working on for the last couple of months. Thank you so much for the internal Advanced Design team who did a lot of the heavy lifting, the 12 Benitez, Bethany Chan, Tiffany Doe. I just can't thank you enough for the sacrifices that you've done and the long evenings to make sure that this information and the team has the right resources and the support system to provide the highest quality of design education. If you have any questions, we will be making a Discord channel as well to answer any questions you might have or any concerns you might have. Other than that, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you very soon. Take care, everyone.